What's up, you guys? I bet you guys didn't guess that the P in my middle initial stands for procrastination. So if you're anything like me, your quarantine has been consisting more of yard work, housework, and just laying around. So doing your hair isn't a top priority. I am currently on, day, who knows at this point. It's been over a week that I've lived with this air dried hair. So the reason why it's looking pretty rough is right there. I know we were going through a whole system of hairstyles, starting with air dried, going into a half up, and then doing a down style altogether. This is to give longevity to your hair between shampoos. Normally, this is something you would do day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 type gig. But if you're anything like me, then you're doing it more so like day 4, day 9, and those sort of intervals. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. If you wanted to forego the half up and go straight to the down, have at it. One of the best ways to do that is, since you've already air dried, and whether your hair has a natural wave or kinky curl to it, you've already built that texture underneath, so you don't even need to mess with it if you're going straight into the full down curl style. So just to keep things super authentic and go in the same line that I originally designed, I am now going to do an alternative half up style with these super cute hair ties that I found at Michael's. I mean, I'm not a dainty bitch, but why not? So I'm gonna do a half up style with that really quick. I'm gonna work with this is about 1.25 inch iron, because I do want more of the looser styles. This is the smallest barrel that I have in my arsenal at this time, but if you were looking for a very loose textured style, then I would be looking at about 1.5 inch barrel for that. In any case, when I air dried my hair, I based it with the Missio styling spray. Great for volume, shine, built-in heat protectant. Evens out the porosity of the hair. So anything you do beyond that is just going to be an enhancement of what your hair can do. So started out with that, and then I worked with the R&Co, I think it's called Rockaway Sea Salt Spray. Scrunch that into my hair just with my normal wet styling routine. Let that air dry. Again, I've been sitting on it for a little over a week. You can still see some of that curl being in there, but of course sleeping on it. And you know, as much as I preach silk pillowcases, I just don't have one. So on my Amazon list. Now, even though I have gone quite a few days with this style, going into the half up style, normally I'd say base with a good dry shampoo beforehand. My hair is still pretty dry at the root, so I'm not necessarily going to use that, but I will go ahead and put in a little bit of the Oribe dry texturizing spray, more towards my root, and then a little bit of hairspray just to retain that curl memory a little bit better with the heat. And then we'll relax it all out, have it styled, and I'll show you the end result before we get started on the full curl. So now that we've gotten this cute look going on, now we're going to move into our full down curled style. So pretty saddening. I have to take this down already, but we'll live. So now we've got this top section that we're working with. Since we've already got this curled, or you've let it air dry and it's got its natural texture, you don't have to worry about this part anymore. But as I've said before, most of my density is through this top section, so I'm really going to focus on taking cleaner sections with this. So I'm just going to take horizontal sections, starting in the back of the crown, working in 1-inch subsections, so 1-inch rows, and we're going to curl that and work our way going forward with the rest of the hair. And you can just pin up your hair. These crop clips are honestly the best things ever. The teeth in them really grabs on the hair, so especially if you have either really dense hair or fine hair, it allows you to kind of compact it a little bit closer together and get a better grip on it. So between that and the teeth on this bottom line, it does a really good job of holding the hair. So now that we've got this back row going on, it's kind of in its own little chunk, and all I'm going to do is I want kind of designate where your part line is. This back section, we're going to alternate every other curl, and then from there, we're going to do it going away from the face all the way towards the back based on the part line divide. So I'm going to take sort of pie-shaped sections in this back crown area. That helps. This is the one area that I do lift it at least 90 degrees from the shape of the head. What happens when you do that is when you go to release the hair, because you've already put it in an elevated position and locked it there with the curl, now when you lay it down, it's going to have more body at the root for you. So we're just going to take this section right here, and we're going to start with going away from the face. You guys, I'm like super blind, so the fact that I've done this either without a mirror or in this tiny little camera, I don't know. So, in case you missed what we just did there, I'm going to show you that curl technique again once we get closer to the front. So now we're out of my crown area. Anything in front of the ears is going to be the front of the head, and anything behind it is going to be the crown, at least in regards to the top. So now we've got this piece that we're working with, and I just wanted to establish where I want my part to be. I kind of want to take it at an angle, just to get a little bit more on this side. Too much of an angle! Is that better? I think so. You guys, blindness is a thing. Alright, whatever. We're going with it. So, now that we've separated that, we're just working in these block sections now. So I'm going to take a 1-inch subsection. We're going to start curling, getting all the tangles out first. And we're going to take it parallel to the floor, perpendicular to the head, thread it through at the top. We're going away from the face, doing 360, holding it there. Once it gets too hot to touch, drop it down, twist it again until you have about an inch or two left on the ends. Wait till it gets hot again. You're going to drop it, turn it parallel to the floor, and thread it through ever so lightly. And there's the perfect curl. No, I'm just kidding, but it's the way I do it. If you like it, fantastic. I feel like I've hit my life's mission, and if not, you know what you can do. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. There we have the curls. So again, we started in horizontal sections until we got to the top of the crown, taking from those 1-inch subsections, pie-shaped subsections. Yeah, I just did it. And alternating the curl going this way and then this way. That's again going to help build that body and create more of that natural texture flow and break it up so it doesn't turn into a unicurl by the end of the day. So after that, we found our part line, whether it's middle, side, whatever. From there, break into the part line, and then you're going to take 1-inch subsections this way all the way till you reach the front. Now that we've got all the curls in, we're going to let them cool. Spray a little bit of flexible hairspray into the hair and let that soak in for a minute, and then we'll relax them out. While we're waiting on that to dry, we can go ahead and finish spraying those roots with the L'Oreal Hair Touch-Up Spray. Again, this is a pigmented spray that really helps cover those grays. It fills in the naked spots in your head. Nobody likes to be naked. Well, people do like to be naked, let's be real, but nobody wants it on your head. And we'll let that dry too. So now that the hairspray is dried and the root color spray is dry, we're now gonna toss these waves a little bit. So I want super textured out there hair. So to get the most body, we're gonna put it in the most exaggerated position. So you'll flip your hair over, not much to flip, and again, we're going to spray into the hair, but we're going to start at the back, and using your fingers, just kind of scratch against the root for about 2 to 3 inches up. We're going to work from left to right, and then we're going to move up to the next section, and spraying into the hair during the entire process. So that way we really get that product into the hair, and we're relaxing those curls at the same time. So when I say spray the whole time, I mean like bursts when you do it. We don't want to be all balls to the wall with the spray can. PSA. So all that's in there. Now we're going to take the T-Rex fingers, starting in the back center, working our way forward, getting this underneath layer nice and broken up, and then we're going to start with these top layers, get them broken up as well. There's going to be so many strands of hair on this kitchen floor, it's going to be disgusting. So somebody's got some sweeping to do. Alright. So, I don't know what this thing is doing right here. Not living its best life. That's what it's doing. Okay, so we want to build up the body and the crown a little bit. So again, we're going to take our claw, rake it through front to back, and then you're going to pinch your fingers together and then pull towards your face. And then you're going to aim the hairspray at the hair that meets the other hair in the back. And you can always check yourself in the mirror and see how much body you're getting and pull in sections that you need more body. This is the wettest hairspray I've ever used in my life. Like spits at you. I get the analogy that like when somebody sneezes and it just goes a little too far, that's what I'm getting. So, this is some big body curls. So, now we've got everything together, got some nice body, some nice textured waves in there. I always like to wear it at least one side tucked. I'm wishing that Jake was an actual licensed stylist so he could put some shape into my haircut and not just cut the length, but I love him anyways. It will definitely look different once you have a more shaped up do, and hopefully that includes me cutting it. And in that case, I'll see you soon, and for everyone else, you know what to do.